Okay, back to Colony Ship. As usual, at the beginning of my streams, if you're hanging out, let me know how the volume is. I think the in-game volume's a bit down right now. Reason for that is I turned it down last time I was playing. We'll sort that out as soon as we get into the game here. Quick overview of the character. I don't know if you saw it during the waiting screen. His name is Enoch. Just a handsome mustache devil kind of buried behind this not so handsome bearded devil. We've gone all in here on perception, intelligence, charisma. This is kind of a for keeps playthrough, right? We're playing Ironman. And I took Cult Leader, which is 20% extra experience for your companions. Easier bonding. Can become devoted. I haven't had that happen yet, so we'll see what that adds to our characters. +1 natural DR damage reduction, maybe? And our skills are into electronics, persuasion, and streetwise. Persuasion and streetwise heavily because we're going to utilize as much of this charisma bonus as we can. And I threw one into electronics. I haven't found a character that you can add to your group that's really heavy into electronics. So I think we're going to gear some people towards biotech, some people towards computers, and some other people towards lockpicking. But let's get into it. We're going to start the game. I'm not going to be... So in the year of our Lord, 2754, all this stuff. I'm not going to answer these questions and go through the ship's history again. I did that in the last stream. It is a mouthful. We're talking like 20 minutes of reading. I will be reading all the new character dialogue, however, because apparently that's what they updated in the last patch. So we're going to skip this... It's just a backstory to the ship, and if you'd like to hear that or see that because you've never watched or played Colony Ship and you're trying to get into it, the last Colony Ship stream that I did, which I will be putting at the end of this video, a link to it, I read out the entire history of the ship. So we're going to skip it. We'll cover all this, though. Ever since you were a kid, this has been your home. A sprawling heap of vacant cargo containers slowly getting filled up with those who couldn't afford to stay in the habitat or needed to get away from its bosses and factions. Out here, folks have lived free and died fast, with those who survive earning their keep by either diving into the wreckage of Mission Control and bringing back valuable relics of the past, or figuring out a way to make money off the fools who do the diving. From the day it sprang up like a patch of mold on this rich substrate, the pit has been overshadowed by Jonas Redford, the canny, cagey son of a bitch who planted its first spike. The de facto mayor of a town with no government, Jonas holds court in the Promised Land, the pit's only brothel, and the base of operations for his network of thugs and whores. But as the pit has grown, Jonas's seat at the top has gotten shakier. When the Brotherhood of Freedom threatened to annex the town, concerned citizens banded together and hired the Regulators, a mercenary gang led by Jeremiah Braxton, to keep the Brotherhood out. But now, as Braxton's gunmen swagger under the neon lights, some folks have started wondering whether it's time for the pit to get a little law and order, and whether Braxton might be the right man to wear a sheriff's star. So this time around, I think we're going to play this guy as kind of a pit loyalist. This is your home. You know, this is his home, and we're doing an Ironman playthrough. So, I mean, if they die, they die, right? We're not going to reload. Could be a short one. You open your eyes to a gray whole metal ceiling, one panel of which flickers yellow, indicating day shift. You overslept. Not that it matters. With a grunt, you roll off your stained mattress and open the window to let some fresh air in. Like everything else around here, fresh is relative. The ship does its best to recycle air and water, but cargo holds aren't high on her priority list. You breathe in metal and burning oil and look up. 4 of the bridge's 6 projectors are still operational, shining dully down on the container towers of Cargo Hold 3, better known as the Pit, the Free City. Calling the Pit a city is a bit of a stretch, but so is calling this reddish-brown liquid water. You've read that water's supposed to be clear and cities are supposed to be big, but no shipborne has ever seen either. Maybe in another 100 years, water will look and taste like oil, and people will be talking about the good old days when it was the color of rust and tasted refreshingly bitter and tangy. That's the kind of optimism that keeps you going. The elevator crawls up a groove in the cargo hold's wall like a black steel bug that's worn a path traveling to the bridge and back. It's time to get up there and earn a few credits. But first you need a drink. For the last few years, you've been doing odd jobs for Tanner, a local hustler with a nose for making money. He's never tried to screw you over, which is pretty close to being virtuous in this town. Still, there's a first time for everything. Whiskey Jack is added to the map. Meet Tanner in a nearby bar called Whiskey Jack. Don't forget your gun. You never know when it might come in handy. So I have built this character to be a team captain, kind of hang out in the back, in the rear with the gear, as they say. So I figured we're going to make him a long-distance rifleman. So the first thing we're going to grab here is a pipe rifle and a camp knife. I'm going to drop these tutorials. I don't think we need them anymore. If you have any questions while we're going along here, fire them off and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. So right now we have a basically useless pipe rifle and a rusty camp knife. 8 med kits, 1,000 credits, and 15 rounds of 5.56 ammunition. Let's try. I can't get over this helmet. So I didn't put any skills into lock picking. I'm gonna avoid those until we're able to recruit a thief. I did, however, and let's just double check this, put skills into electronics. So every time we see electronics, we're gonna strip them for parts and make sure that it's Enoch who's the one doing it. Our first order of business is to head to Whiskey Jack and talk to Tanner. I've got a job for you, Enoch, says Tanner, gesturing for a drink. Interested? What kind of job? An easy one. Tanner pulls a plastic rectangle from a compartment inside his sleeve and slides it towards you. The card is old and worn. The color is long faded, but the raised print on the front is still as clear as the day it was stamped. A2. That's Armory Level 2, the holy grail of every scavenger on the ship. During the mutiny, the rebels looted every depot on the first level, but the automated defenses on the second stopped them dead. Literally. Those same turrets have dissuaded every scavenger since. Is it real? Is it real? Repeats Tanner, miming a look of disbelief. Son, if you don't have the stones for it, just say so. Don't insult me. Every scav worth his salt has been searching for this card for decades, but you're the one who found it? Look at this guy, he's biting his bottom lip. I'm not sure if he's flirting with us or not. I have my ways. Tanner's smile reveals stained, uneven teeth. You see, I wasn't looking for a long-lost access card since I'm not a fool. I was looking for Technical Officer Ulysses Colton. Tanner pauses so you can show your admiration for his savvy. Let me guess, he had the card and you alone figured it out. Not quite, says Tanner. I alone figured out how to find a man who changed his identity and died in obscurity nearly 100 years ago. I have a feeling you're dying to tell me. Tanner pulls a battered energy pistol from his belt bag and passes it to you. This is his sidearm. He changed his name, but he couldn't change the serial number on his gun. Once I found the serial number, the rest was easy. His granddaughter sold the pistol 20 years ago. Only one way to find out. Tanner grins in an unnerving way. Go see for yourself. When you come back, we'll have a proper conversation. All right, so here's the big question. Why me? Tanner's silent for a moment as if deciding how honest he should be. I can't do it alone, and I don't trust anyone else. Keep the pistol. Consider it an investment into our enterprise. It's not going to be an easy trip, so take your time to get ready. You hear me? I'd feel safer if I had someone to watch my back, so this is the captain aspect. I was going to take a crack at this solo, and I actually practiced that, but I need more practice. We'll put it that way. Take Evans. I saw him at Abe's store earlier today. The dumb bastard almost shot me. Sounds like the right man for the job. Okay, so far I haven't noticed any new dialogue, but it's specifically an update for companion dialogue. And speaking of dialogue. Okay, so that's extremely loud on my end. If anybody hanging out wants to let me know how in-game sound is compared to my voice now that I've made that adjustment. Or after the fact, if you're catching this stream later. Let's talk to Jack. I think he can give us a quest here as well. What can I get you? The bartender has spotted you looking over the assortment of unlabeled plastic gallon jugs, each with its own unappealing liquid in some shade of brown. We got gut warmer, rat poison, high voltage, fire water, and absolution. Special on the rat poison right now. Every third round is free for as long as you're able to drink it. Rat poison it is then. The ship provides the basics of human survival. Recycled air, recycled water, and end tabs, recycled nutrients and minerals pressed into chewable tablets. They taste like cardboard, but they're free. Those who desire the finer things in life, like synthetic meat with a side of algae, have to pay. Because the forefathers disapproved of drink, the ship was never configured to provide alcohol, but the law of supply and demand supersedes the dictates of religion, and everyone's favorite vice is wildly available. Each bar has its own secret recipe. The wise drinker prefers to leave it a secret. The bartender gives you a nod as he sets a beaten alloy mug on the bar and fills it with a black, oily liquid. You take a careful first sip, fighting your body's instinctive rejection of poison, and wait for the familiar warmth to spread through you. After a few moments, the world is a slightly better place. Any work around here? Well, since you ask, there's this fella owes money to just about everyone in the area. The name is Jedediah Walker, but he just goes by Jed. Balance owed is 1,200 credits, including interest. If you manage to collect, you get 250. How does that sound? Jed Walker, the name sounds familiar. I can tell you he runs his mouth faster than he runs up a tab, and that's saying something. Jed claims to have traveled the ship from stem to stern and made deals with every type of merchant, fanatic, and scav known to the void. He's such a worldwide entrepreneur. How such a worldwide entrepreneur ended up living in a rusted-out container furnished with discarded packing material is a mystery to me. But I just serve liquor. Never claimed to be one of the big brains around here. Where can I find him? Ask around in Camptown. Start with the local bars. Okay, so music can afford to be lowered just a bit. Let's try 75 and see how that does on the ears. Okay, so far so good. So we've got our first mission to grab Jed from Abe's store. Or Evans from Abe's store, and get Jed to pay back his debt. So we're on the lookout for new dialogue here. I expect to see it with some of the companions. Being a gunfighter is a quick and easy way to make a living in the pit. All it takes is a gun and some guts. It's also a quick and easy way to wind up dead. But the kind of men drawn to the gun always think they're going to live forever. Evans learned the realities of his new trade the hard way. The first time, Evans got lucky and killed his man as he fumbled his draw. Riding high, Evans called out an old hand who put 3 bullets in his chest and left him for dead. Lucky for Evans, a stranger patched him up and he survived, but today he looks like a man whose luck has just about run out. Enoch, nods Evans. What brings you to these parts? He asks, his rifle still pointed your way. I have a job for you. A job? Evans pretends to think about it for a moment. Truth be told, I've got a job for you too. All you've got to do is stick around and watch my back while I deal with these thugs. You do that for me, I'll do whatever you need. No questions asked. Deal? What thugs? Jonas sent some gun thugs to harass it. Gun thugs? To harass Abe. He nods at the storekeep. Abe here went to the regulators, but Braxton said he can't spare any men. You and I both know the bastard doesn't want to get involved. So Abe hired me to watch the store. But the son of a bitch didn't say a word about Jonas until I agreed. I'm no coward, but I don't want to go against Jonas alone. He runs this town for... Why did Abe go to the regulators? We need a snack here. Snack break. What's the route here? I do want to explore this dialogue, so we're going to ask him a few questions. It's the problem when your only chance to stream coincides with dinner. Why did Abe go to the regulators? Beats me. We all agreed to hire the regulators when the Brotherhood started eyeing the pit and getting ideas. Only reason they're still around, now that the Brotherhood's backed off, is to make sure they don't come back. At any rate, their job is to show that we have some muscle, even if it's a hired muscle, not sort out local trouble. What does Jonas want from Abe? Money? What else? His thugs said everyone who does business in the pit has to pay taxes or pack up and go. I told Abe he should pay, but he doesn't want to listen to reason. If he wants to die, that's his business, but now I'm going to go down with him. Wait and see what transpires. Two tough riflemen here. The gun thugs show up around noon. A man in his 40s who moves with slow confidence and a brash young man eager to get himself killed. You got Jonas's money? Demands the kid. Talking tough. The older man stays quiet, keeping his eyes on you and Evans. Initiative bonus and just go for it, or... We're exploring dialogue. Let's try and talk here. What money? You deaf? Asks the kid, spitting on the floor. Jonas's money. He owns the pit, so it's about time you fucking freeloaders started paying your fair share. Doesn't have to go this way. And which way's that? Asks the older man softly. You can see he's been counting heads and running odds while the kid's been talking. You leaving the store in a body bag. Might not be me, says the older man, smiling. It's not a good smile. You willing to bet your life on it? On what might or might not happen? That's one hell of a gamble, friend. You saying we leave empty-handed? Scoffs the older man. You have a feeling he wants a way out. Apparently, the kid gets the same impression. What are you talking about? Asks the kid. It's 2 against 2. Hell, I could kill both of them myself. Let's use the persuasion. It's high. I think we can use this as an opportunity to train it up even higher. And then what? Collecting tax is one thing. Killing folks over it is another. You cross that line and you'll end up dead sooner than you think. Have it your way. The older man says tiredly, we're going. The kid tries to protest, but for all his talk, the only thing he shoots is a black look. Wait for them to leave. Okay. Did get a point in persuasion. That's awesome. The door hisses shut behind the gun thugs and Evan breathes a sigh of relief. Then gunfire erupts outside. What do we do now? Asks Evans, visibly shaken. We have to see it through, I suppose. It's your call. I reckon I'll stick with you until this thing blows over. Welcome aboard. Okay. Moment of your time, Enoch. Sure thing, Abe. I don't know how to thank you, Enoch, says Abe, wiping sweat from his forehead. These ruffians, they would have killed me dead. God knows I don't have much, but I'll give you all I can spare and then some. Turns out, Abe could only spare 2 small boxes of ammo, 25 rounds each, but it's definitely better than nothing. Streetwise time. Abe, I'm starting to think these 2 gentlemen had the right idea. Maybe I should finish what they started. You always make me laugh, Enoch, says Abe, without even a crack of a smile. Surely you don't think I was going to give you nothing but some ammo. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Abe sighs and puts some medkits and an old credit stick on the counter. Much obliged. So what are you going to do now? Pray for less excitement in my life. What else can I do? Browse the wares. We're going to get rid of this damaged energy pistol. I'm sure it's not a great idea, but I can't see a use for it. And so I've got a bolter. That's a bolter. Our boy Evans has an actual assault rifle. Jealous. And we have an opportunity to level him up here. So I think we're going to make Evans our computer guy. That's my plan here. We get to slap him with some skills, and I think he's going to be our computer guy. Yeah, absolutely. And he gets one more, and we're going to toss it into rifle. Okay, Evans the computer guy. Look at the big brain on Evans. Rumor has it that Captain Braxton once served a higher power, and that in the days before his crisis of faith, he was known as Faithful Gunner Jeremiah Braxton among the Church of the Elect. There's plenty of talk about why he left, but as is often the case, no story is more compelling than the others. Backed up by a few like-minded men, and picking up more recruits along the way, Braxton left the church and wound up in the pit, where good fighting men are always in high demand. Around the same time, the Brotherhood had started nosing around, eager to establish a foothold here. Braxton and his regulators offered the good people of the pit their services. After much debate, they were hired to drive the Brotherhood's men out, which was accomplished with brutal efficiency. You think that's a brand on his forehead? You see Braxton and two of his men standing next to the bodies of the gun thugs. "Thank God you're alive," says Braxton, holstering his gun. When I saw them leaving the store, I assumed the worst. "What happened here? What does it look like?" "They opened fire. We returned it. Intelligence 7. Oof. I don't think I've ever used this one before, so that's cool. I've never actually played with 9 intelligence. "They weren't eager to draw on me yet. You expect me to believe they started shooting at you and your boys not a minute later?" "I paid them to start a fight at Abe's store, not to run away the first chance they got," Braxton says nonchalantly. None of that changes the fact that the pit can use a makeover. The problem is, Jonas doesn't really run the town. He keeps Main Street nice and clean, but doesn't give a damn about the growing camp town around it. Or maybe he just doesn't know what to do about it. Either way, he'll lose control soon enough, and then what? Chaos? Gangs fighting for control? "I can't say I like your methods, but you do have a point there. What can I do to help that your men can't?" "Quite a lot, actually. If we move against Jonas, he'll claim that the regulators are taking over and many would side with him. We don't want that, but you're one of them. If you challenge Jonas, people will side with you. Of course we'll stand with you, but it will be your fight." "I'm in." "Then talk to Jonas. Put him on notice in front of everyone. Let them all hear what you have to say. Wait for them to leave." "What are you going to do?" asks Evans. "The right thing. We're going to save this town." "It's quite a burden you're taking upon yourself," Evans comments dryly. It's a good opportunity to make a name for ourselves. Okay, this is the cult leader aspect of this character coming into play. Men like Braxton and Jonas ain't some thugs that nobody would shed a tear over. They have friends, and I reckon these friends won't be too pleased to hear about your involvement. Just don't say I didn't warn you. But if you had to take sides, what's that saying? Better the devil you know than the devil you don't? So there's that. But sometimes I wonder whether that devil's gonna let it all go to hell. Jonas did build this town, but that's as far as he's going to take it. He did a good job keeping everyone on their best behavior at first, back when the pit was more of a camp. But the bigger the town got, the more lawless it became. And Braxton? His men do a good job patrolling the decks around the town, but I'm not sure I'd want to see them patrolling the pit and telling folks what to do. If Braxton ends up on top, who knows how far he'd take that law and order thing. Although, probably not as far as the Brotherhood would, so there's that. Okay. Okay. Well, we got past our first encounter without any bloodshed. Let's talk to the doc. I'm just gonna browse some wares here. The woman stares blankly, as if lost in thought, while her metal-capped fingers move across a keyboard that isn't there. VR. Sweet. You can see she's jacked in, with a long translucent cable running from her half-shaved head to one of the machines. Finally registering your presence, she unplugs the cable from her head, and her eyes come into focus. Reminds me of Johnny Mnemonic. "I've been trained in the healing protocols, if that's what you're asking," the woman says impatiently, waiting for you to get to the point. Browse the wares. 1,000 credits. I'm not sure if we should go for try and get an early gun with the money, like an early decent gun, better than this bolter rifle, or maybe grab some Regen stims. Tough call. Because we're playing Ironman, I'm going to grab some regen stims early and more med kits. Now there were some bad guys. Where were those? There were some thugs just kind of hanging out in an alley back here. Maybe it was this way? Nope, that's Camptown. So right now we have Confront Jonas right here in the Promised Land. I think we're going to go see if we can get Jed first. Get Jed to join the team before we try and take down Jonas. There they are. These are the guys I was thinking about. A couple of local junkies are loitering near the entrance to the alley, probably waiting for their next victim. Approach. Critical strike. I don't have high enough critical strike for that. Streetwise. Whoa, look at you strolling like you own the place. He shakes his head. It's our territory. You gots to pay me first, and then you can be on your way. All business-like, see? I'm gonna try it. I'll probably mess it up. Initiative penalty. Well, that didn't go well. Get him, Evans. No way. This might not go well. This could be all over. Maybe we'll be okay. 6 AP. He's only got 2. We'll shoot at him. Drop his evasion. Or not. Okay, great try. Great try, Evans. Create some distance, run away. Enoch, we're gonna try the same thing. Nice. Getting massacred already. You're kidding. This could be a pretty fast game. We might be okay. We might be okay. I also don't like that he's only got 2 turns to exist. Evans is really putting on for the team right now, though. Ooh, 6 AP. If I go back 1 step, shoot him in the arms. That did not work. What's our 7? Do we have a 7? So I got a tip the last time I was playing. In the comments on the last stream, somebody said I need to start utilizing a lot of these aimed shots to hit these guys with stat modifiers. And if Evans doesn't kill this guy right now, I'm pretty sure it's game over. 6-12. Oof. This could be it. 10 AP, and then we get 5. Try for a headshot. Or do I go for... Ooh, this is a really tough decision here. I say we go weak spot, which leaves us with 6 and regular shot. Come on. Fingers crossed. Easy. I knew we were going to win that whole time. Excuse me while I stress eat this burrito. Good thing I bought all those med kits. Okay. Now let's go see if we can wrangle Jed into our employ. Camp Town. Welcome to Hit and Kill, says the storekeeper, giving you a quick appraising look. We carry high-end merchandise for the discerning customer like you, he adds with less certainty. Anything special? Too bad. Browse the wares. Well, I think I can give that jacket to Evans, actually. And I can probably use this camp knife? Yes. Welcome to the team, Evans. Matching jackets. And we both still have a stim. Get a job from Earl. You know how to handle firearms? No. Actually, no. The proprietor asks, apparently not a man for pleasantries. I know how to solve problems, if that's what you're asking. I don't need a gun to do that. Excellent, he replies, without any enthusiasm. You're hired. Hired for what? Why do you think someone hires a gun hand? Either because he expects trouble or is planning to stir some up. Pays 100 credits on completion. Nothing up front. Are we in business or aren't we? We are. All right, the proprietor says approvingly. The client is a fellow by the name of Trevor Chauncey, known around these parts as Chance. He's got a meet set up with the Granger boys to sell some kind of doohickey, and he's worried things might get dicey. If they do, you get to stand between him and a hail of bullets. Why is he worried? Probably trying to get swift and sell them some junk gussied up like valuable tech. If I'm right and they see through his bullshit, he'll have a problem on his hands. And since he's the client, his problems are your problems. We good? Yep. You can find Chance in the nearby bar, which doubles up as his office. Tell him Earl sent you. What's Earl's cut, in all this? What does Earl get? We are not going to speak to Chance just yet. We're going to skip him, talk to Boone. Welcome to Boone's Moonshine. I'm looking for Jed Walker. Jed's a bit of a wanderer, but last I heard he was staying at the new housing block down the street. Can't miss it. Rectangular design, olive green with rust trim. Forest Muse, I think it's called. I can't believe the playthrough almost just ended. Fighting junkies in an alley. Forest Muse. A dark-skinned man in his 40s is reclining on the two back legs of a one-piece, injection-molded plastic chair. He's balancing a 4-barreled shotgun on his knee, and it's pointed in your direction, unlike the other junk strewn about. Unlike his home itself, the shotgun is well looked after. The fuck you want, he asks, raising the bore of his weapon a little less than an inch. You owe 1,200 credits. What about it, says Jed. He's obviously annoyed, but since he's already aiming a shotgun at your head, isn't sure how to express it. I'm here to collect. Son, take yourself a quick look around. Anything here you can shift for 1,200 credits, it's all yours. Persuasion. Look, I'm not here to give you a hard time. I'd like to help you square away your debt, but if I go back empty-handed, as soon as you fall asleep, 4 hard boys are going to come around and close the account for good. Look, sighs Jed, I don't have the money, but if you really want to help me, I know a way to clear $2,000 minimum, but I can't do it alone. I'm listening. Ever heard of Black Will? His parents named him What God Will, but he shortened it to Will. A little later, some other folks tacked on the rest when they saw what kind of man he was. I heard he was somewhere in the factory. Yeah, he was, but Black Will wore out his welcome and right now he's laying low, conveniently close by. There are 2 more with him, at least half as black as Will. But if you back me up, me and you can do this town a favor and settle my debt, all for an afternoon's work. What do you say? My afternoon's wide open. You best get ready then. I'll wait for you here. Okay, so... Because oh, wow, I've got -1 armor handling. That is probably hurting us in some way. Let's ditch the hat. And give it to Jed. Let's go to the med bay. We're gonna grab some of those aggro stims. 1, 2, there goes 400 credits. I'm broke. Now that we've got some aggro stims, let's go to the gun store and see if I can grab myself a slightly better weapon. Frank Boswell, gunsmith. I'd like to buy a gun. How about a rifle? Where do I start? Sawed-off shotgun is a good choice for the novice. You just point it and pull the trigger. But unless you're damn close to the target, you'll get nothing but a bang and a flash. For better accuracy, try this long arm. Harder to handle than the sawed-off, but the most accurate gun there is. Then there's this multi-barrel shotgun. Don't worry about the rust. Elbow grease will take care of that. The stopping power is second to none. The range isn't too bad either, as long as you remember it isn't a precision weapon. Browse the wares. Old Betsy. Okay, this is kind of the 12 to 16, 13 to 15. This has almost comparable damage and way better effective range. And since the goal here with this captain character is to play the back line a bit, we're going to grab Old Betsy. I don't know if I have 45 ammo. I definitely don't. So let's spend what little money I have left on 45 ammo. Ammo kind of becomes something you don't have to worry about later on in the game. But early on. Oh, also never forget to reload your gun when you first buy it. I have gone into combat without any bullets so many times. Get rid of that. Okay, so we've got the gun, we've got the aggro stim. Back to Boone's Moonshine, then up to Jed. Jed's a badass. Like, he comes, I think he starts, you get him, if you get him, he starts at level 4. Hopefully he doesn't die during this encounter. Ready as I'll ever be. Hopefully we all don't die during this encounter. It's actually a tough encounter. I'm gonna try and persuade them on that note. My impersonate is just enough. Jed, you show up here? You best brought me what I asked for, says a heavy-set, bearded man. Registering more than one person at the door, he scrambles to draw his gun. You backstabbing bastard. I wouldn't advise that, friend. Captain Braxton doesn't take attacks on the regulators kindly, especially when he's offering the hand of friendship. I don't need his friendship, spits Black Will. He does lower his gun, indicating the opposite. Ooh, Do we bring up our streetwise or do we bring up our persuasion? I think I'm going to go all in on persuasion. Oh, but you do. If you want to stay in this town, that is. Of course, you can always go back to the factory, but I hear you are a wanted man there. This friendship, what's it going to cost me? Asks Will, gritting his teeth. You catch on fast, friend. 1,000 a month ought to do it, 1 month in advance. So that's $2,000 you owe us. I don't have that kind of money, Will says angrily, but even if I did. Ooh, that is... How disappointing. While Captain Braxton might be willing to help a man down on his luck, provided he can pay his bills, he won't tolerate a penniless troublemaker. You bastard, says Will, throwing you his credit drive. A bit shy of $1,200. That's all I have, so take it or leave it. Fine, let's call it a new customer special. Have yourself a great day. Transfer the credits to your drive and leave. Can I assume our business is concluded? He asks cautiously. Consider your debt fully discharged. I like the way you handled yourself, says Jed, giving you an appraising look. I've got another debt needs settling, but it'll require some extra manpower. Get the feeling this debt is about something other than money. Another local job? No, it's in the shanties clustered up against the engines. They call it the heart, a good way to remind folks that the reactor is the ship's heart, and it's the mutants that keep it beating. My ex-partner runs a trading post there. He'll have a small army with him, lest he's gone broke or soft, but as is usually the case, the profit is proportionate to the risk. If we make it that far, you can definitely count on me. In the meantime, I can use your help with some unfinished business. I think I can free up some time for you. Little does Jed know, we're gonna drag him through the bowels of the ship and make him fight all manner of frog and man-eating plant. Space frogs, to be specific. Okay. Ooh, I have a feat I can add. I gotta level up. That's awesome. So if we're going all in on playing the back line and being a party captain, so this is awesome here. Accuracy +8, reaction +20, critical chance +6, party members only. So I don't think any of that applies to me. Let's see what else we have though. Educated +1 tagged skill. Ooh. That could be useful. We could slam that into impersonate. Let's stare for a minute. Let's stare and consider while I eat more burrito. This master trader, I see it come up all the time. I haven't used it yet, but I wonder if it's worth it. And what is a haggling check? Warrior Butcher? Butcher sounds pretty cool, actually. Basher also sounds very cool. Not for this character, but in general. I'm always kind of trying to think about how I'm going to go about playing a solo character. I think we go for captain. I think we go for the party member, accuracy, reaction, and critical chance. I think this guy's going all in on leadership. Now, this is Jed. I wonder, how do we make him more useful? I like fast draw. It kind of gives us all gives us all, you know, we can front load our turn in the order of combat. Armored Warfare also sounds... I think I'll give Armored Warfare to Jed, though. Yeah, Fast Draw seems very useful for Evans. And apparently Jed already has Armored Warfare. He comes with Armored Warfare. Shotgunner. Shotgun accuracy +8, stagger +6. That's extreme. We're taking that for sure. Yeah. And then we're gonna egg Shotgunner as a skill. Oof. Jed's just gonna be a monster with that thing. And we're going to tag Biotech. He's going to be our biotechnician. Okay, so we've got Evans, the computer guy, Jed, the biotech guy, and Enoch, the electronics guy. Biotech Jed. Okay, what do we have here now? We have Armory, we have Debt Collector, Crossroads, Braxton, Easy Money, Chance. Let's go do Debt Collector here quickly. Here's Jed's debt, paid in full minus my fee. Extra combat stims is awesome. And we have 4 spares for healing, electronic module, keycard, plenty of healing kits. It just occurred to me that my my main character here only has 29 life. I'm basically a hard look away from dying. Boone's Moonshine, talk to Chance. Earl told me I could find you here. Okay, yeah, good. You know what the job is, right? Looking anything but confident. If things go smoothly, I make the deal and you get paid for doing nothing. That's what I'm hoping for, of course. But if the Grangers turn weasel on us, you need to stand up and fast. Remember this, if I don't get paid, you don't get paid. I'll handle my end, got no worries there. That's what I wanted to hear. Let's go. Accompany Chance to the meeting place. You follow Chance to the outskirts of the pit. Out beyond the densely populated center, the environment ironically gets more orderly as the towering container stacks fall into countless perfectly squared rows. Nothing here seems to have shifted an inch since the ship left Earth orbit 1,000,000 years ago. Soon you arrive at the only open container in sight, a dull glow within, signaling a human presence. 3 men stand silently about a portable heater, the ship equivalent of the frontier campfire minus the good cheer. Do you have it? The man in charge says in a voice hoarse and low. The left side of his face is disfigured with gruesome saucer-sized scars, like vicious sucker marks from one of these rippled craters. The angry orange light of an ocular implant is doing duty for a missing eye. You can't help but wonder about the tentacle that must have delivered that kiss. Everyone's heard the stories, of course, but you felt better telling yourself they were exaggerated. Chance hurriedly yanks a dusty old control module from his belt bag and passes it to Scarface. The Granger glances down at it, no more than a quick take, and tosses it to the ground. What's the deal? Chance's voice fights the tense silence like a mouse struggling against a snake. You wanted a tower control module? I brought you a tower control module. Now where's my money? I got shit to do. He cuts his eyes at you, both in a naked appeal for support and to give himself a break from looking at his mark. Scarface isn't so interested in Chance anymore, though. His implant is giving you a hard stare, and you're guessing it's doing more than just staring. Judging by the design, it's military hardware already locked in and analyzing its target. There are 3 of them and 4 of us. He's a badass. I am a lightweight. I think I want to fight these guys, and I think I want the initiative bonus, because I want Jed to rip his eye out. That's what we're going to do. Wish me luck. This could be it. No. Evans, you're back left. Jed, you are front and center. Enoch, you are old Betsy in the back. Wait, a better 29. No, this is good. This is a good angle. Chance and Jed up front. Jed's going with an aggro stim. Ooh, I don't know yet. I don't know yet if Jed's going with an aggro stim. Blocked. Blocked. Who gets to go first? Evans, then Chance. So 18, 14, 28, 22. I think if we keep Chance here, we put Jed there. That locks them out from moving around. I guess this guy can kind of run around this side and get Enoch, which would be bad news bears. Only 5% to hit Gideon. This is it, though. This is, I think this is the play right here. Gideon, then his two thugs go, so we need to disable his thugs since we have the highest chance of hitting those guys. $55, 62. Okay, come on, Chance. Come on, Evans. Jed. Does this make us more accurate? 15 plus 10 accuracy. I hope that applies to shooting. It sure does. Injected an aggro stim and injected an aggro stim. Start combat. Which Granger goes first? That one on the left, who's a melee guy. 66, 72, 38. We're gonna make it so he is easier to hit. We're gonna try to, fingers crossed. Yes! Okay, let's try to do the same right over here. Leg shot. Don't let us down, Evans. Crippled. I'll take it. And get a regular shot. That could not have gone any better. Our boy Chance. Let's make it so this guy does not have an opportunity to hit Chance. Crippled arm. This guy next. Crippled arm. No dice. Oh! Why? What? Come on, guys. Don't do it. There's no way. This is it. Game over. There's no way we take out Gideon in 4 turns before our main character is dead. Staggered. Staggered, stunned. Can I hit that guy? No. Shoot this guy, though. 6, 12, 18, 3 shots. Or... Come on, Chance. Don't miss. Okay, 1 down. 2 down. 3 turns for 3 guys to kill Gideon. Aimed legs. No way. Yes! Destroy him. Weak point, 7 AP, or regular shots, regular shots. Graze. I don't have a lot of faith here. 2. Oof. No, not doing good. We have 2 turns to do 43 damage. Come on. Oof. If he doesn't kill Evans. Headshot. Getting there. Don't miss, Evans. Don't miss. You missed. Snapshot. Oh, come on, Jet. I'm telling you, we need to get this man a shield generator ASAP. It's over. The Grangers are dead. Miraculously, Chance is still standing, laughing uncontrollably, or maybe crying. It's hard to tell with him. There's that eyeball. Extract. Loot all. Nice. Nice. That really could have gone a lot worse. And it's a good thing I bought all those extra med packs. That was a sweet fight. Ballistic vest, armor handling. The complete lack of armor handling on this character is a real problem. I can't even wear a sweet jacket. Okay, protective vest and a worker jacket it is. So that might have been an oversight on my part, making him just pathetically weak when it comes to armor handling. Upside, I'm getting a machete. Bucket helmet. Now Evans doesn't look so weird. Maybe I'll put on a respirator. At least I look kind of badass that way. Ooh, this one looks way Darth Vader-y. No, kind of looks like COVID-y. This one's way cooler. Respirators all around. 11 to 13. His current gun does 11 to 14. That was extremely close. Return to Earl. Well, I did what you asked and Chance is still breathing, which is more than I can say for the Grangers. Then they should have brought more men, Earl replies in a philosophical tone. Here's your money. You want a break to go drink that up? Because I've got more work. I like money. Client came in while you were out. Name of Faythe Ward, says Earl. Ward Salvage was a prospecting outfit operating out on the frontier. They recently happened on a valuable find, like once-in-a-lifetime valuable, but ran into a bit of a snag trying to sell it. Now, Miss Ward is the last breathing member of that organization. The lady wants to reclaim her rightful property and deliver some old-fashioned retribution on the low-down, cowardly scum that stole it. Earl spits on the floor to further elucidate his feelings on the matter. After a quick examination of Miss Ward's finances, I assured her I knew just the man for the job, someone intimately familiar with the legal term extreme prejudice. Where can I find her? Take the stairs on your right, you won't miss her. I'll take care of it. Let's go part with some of our hard-earned valuables. Super sad that I can't, that I cannot wear any armor on my character. I don't know if I want the Howler or I want to keep the... No, I'm keeping the long-range rifle. And we're going to see if these welding boots can go on anybody. Worker boots. He's already got them, and his are way better. Knife. Ballistic vest. Is that a vest? Ballistic vest. 231, 322. He's too cool for armor. He just dies at the outset of every single fight, apparently. Oh, I think Jed can fix this. Oh, I need 2 spare modules. Okay. The woman steps forward from the shadows. Her face and clothes say she recently took some kind of beating, but her eyes tell you she's not anywhere near done. You must be Faythe Ward. Earl sent me. They killed my family, says Faythe. Her voice wavers for a moment. I want them to pay for what they've done. They will. Now tell me what happened. We found the key on the body of a dead diver, deep down in the mission control ruins. He had it tucked away in his breast pocket, right here. She points to her heart as she says it, then pauses a moment. Do you know what it's like out there? The work, I mean? Our days are spent sifting through piles of junk, looking to turn the littlest kind of profit. Broken down droids that might have a part or two worth jimmying out. Batteries and smashed plasma weapons that might still hold a charge. Skeletons with battered old implants. We're trying to make a living out of a fool's errand, but most of us think there's some chance of striking gold out there. I never did myself, not until I saw that key. What happened next? My father made a deal with Lazarus Foley. Took my brother and 2 men who worked for us with him. Show of strength, he said, whispers Faythe. 2 tears trickle slowly down her cheeks, but somehow only make her seem harder. My father, my brother, the hired hands, they didn't return, but Foley's men did. Came after me that very night, cleaning up loose ends, I guess. They sound like thorough people. What makes this key so valuable? How many electronic keys have you seen in your life? Not an access card, but a real electronic key. I've never even seen that lock that goes with a key like that. It stands to reason that whatever's behind the door fitting that key is worth a fortune. Could be it opens up the command center itself. Who knows? Could be. So how am I going to find this Foley? He's probably staying out of sight. Well, hey, Earl. That's the easy part, says Earl, appearing out of nowhere. I'll send word to Foley that I have a buyer for the key. Whether he intends to make an honest sale or ambush you like he did the Wards, he'll arrive with his men ready for war. I best get ready then. So those aggro stims were extremely useful at the outset of the fight. I will come back, Faythe. We are going to buy all the aggro stims, if I haven't already. Oh, also I'm looking for work. Well, I do have an errand. A fellow by the name of Jimmy Brewster sent word that he has something for me. He owes me 500 credits, so it better be some quality biotech. If it is, bring it here and I'll make it worth your while. If it isn't, I'll deal with Jimmy myself when he shows up here. Where can I find him? When he's in town, he rents one of the warehouses in Camptown. E7, I think. Sweet. We will head to Camptown. Or we'll head to E7 once we help Faythe with her little problem. So I think if Enoch and Evans get the aggro stims, since they're hanging out in the back line with the rifles, that makes the most sense. Just for that added accuracy right off the hop. Faythe looks at you expectantly, staying silent. I'm ready. Follow Faythe to the meeting place. You're standing outside the warehouse. Foley and his men are waiting within. It's time to consider your options. Distract Foley with your witty repartee while Faythe sneaks inside and takes him out. Here's the renowned Lazarus Foley. He looks like a hard one, as advertised. His henchmen are just filler, though. A stray bullet can kill you just as dead as one fired by a marksman. You ain't no scav, says Foley, and that means you've never seen the inside of Mission Control, so you ain't here to buy the key, are you, boy? Streetwise. I'm not going to skulk in the ruins looking for the magic door if that's what you're asking. I'm going to sell the key and the habitat for twice as much. Really? Asks Foley, eager to pump you for info. Good market there? It looks like Faythe will have plenty of time to get in position. Keep him talking. You tell Foley what he wants to hear, giving Faythe enough time to get inside. Finally, you see her emerging from the ventilation hatch at the other end of the warehouse. Who's your buyer? Foley asks, feigning indifference. Maybe I know him. Enter stage left, Faythe. Keep him talking. You accuse... Oh, he did. You accuse Foley of trying to cut you out while telling him enough to figure out who the buyer is, had he existed in the first place. When Faythe appears behind him, pale as a ghost and just as quiet, Foley's too busy milking you for info to pay attention to anything around him. She strikes once, then twice, and Lazarus collapses. Not quite dead yet, but well on the way. Taken by surprise, his men freeze for a split second. Attack! I could have probably just convinced these guys to not fight. But there's no fun in that. If I recall, Faythe is pretty brutally weak. But Jed is not. And I didn't give Jed an aggro stim. Faythe has a poison grenade, however. Gas grenade. Everybody hang back. Everybody hang back. Oh, it's not her turn. It's not her. She goes second, though. Evans is up first. Who's up first for the henchman? This guy, then Jed, Enoch, then that guy. So those two. Let's hit him with an aggro stim right off the hop. Start combat. And now Jed is going to make it so these guys can't hit the broadside of anything with a barn. That's the plan here anyways. Hopefully he hits him in the arms. That did not work at all. Okay. You're no good to us, Jed. You're no good to us. We'll just focus one down, I guess. Faythe, gas grenade, out. Oh, wait a sec. Is that gonna get them all? Beauty. Aim shot. Let's try and, Awesome. See, the thing that sucks about this single shot Springer is that you have to reload it every single time. We should get a regular shot off though, so. Wow. That captain bonus provided by Enoch in the back line, serious. I don't think I've ever had this much success with accuracy. So this guy, he goes last. This guy already has negative 20 accuracy. You can see it below his name. So I'm going to hit this guy with negative 20 accuracy if I can. Maybe that did it. It did. Nice. And we're going to try a headshot. Everything's coming up Millhouse right now. Sniper time. Okay, just kidding. I didn't want to hit anything anyways. Our team captain, not that great. Reliable Jed. And Evans, the sniper. Okay, Faythe, the opposite of whatever a sniper is. Boom, headshot. You got this, Enoch. 5%. 26. From downtown. Old, reliable Betsy. Oof. Get him, Jed. Headshot. Snapshot for the finish. No. Faythe kneels down by Lazarus's body and rifles through his pockets until she finds the key. It's an old ship-style key fob sporting a 4-inch metal rod. It has to be a mechanical lock with an electronic control device that grants access to the lock. A lot of people died for this. She speaks slowly, as if unsure of what she's going to say next. But why? What's hidden behind that goddamn door that's worth this many lives? Since my regular crew is dead, I'll need to hire out for this run and pray they can see it through. I'm willing to take a chance on you if you want the job. It's stopping me from taking the key and disappearing. Nothing. Faythe replies plainly. You don't know the ruins, and even if you did, you're not going to make it without outside help. Neither of us gets what we want without trusting somebody. Easiest thing would be to trust each other. Come with me. I might need your help. You alright? I've never killed anyone before, says Faythe, looking away. I know we had it coming, but it doesn't make it any easier. Lazarus was a mad dog that had to be put down. The less you think about it, the better. What if I can't? Then the next Lazarus will kill you, and he'll kill more people unless you kill him first. This kind of goes with the captain role we're trying to portray this character with, right? He's a pit loyalist. He is kind of taking a hard line on some of the people that are going to be working with him. And he's kind of telling it how it is. John Heo, damn, saw the stream late. Gotta hit the sack. Night, man. Hey, take it easy, John. Thanks for stopping by. Is this the only way? Kill or be killed? It's kind of harsh, right? Ask your father. Faythe nods, considering what you said. Her face hardens as she makes a decision. She gains the assassin feat. Let's go. Steal. Faythe. Sneak. Faythe. I think Faythe will become our resident thief, lockpick, assassin, murderess. Enoch has nothing he can do right now. Evans has nothing he can do right now. Jed is the strongest human on the station. Faythe, level 1. And has no levels. So, down here, let's do, I think lockpick. How many of these is she gonna get, I wonder? What is her intelligence? Oh, 9. Damn, okay, she gets a lot of, let's do, lockpick. Yep. Steal. Yep. And sneak. I don't know if we really go with sneak. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Lockpick, steal, sneak. She is our... Oh, she gets another one. Oh my goodness. We've got computers. We've got Big Brain Jed with computers. We've got Enoch with persuasion, streetwise, and impersonate. We have Jed as our biotechnician. Faythe right now is our master thief. What else? Wow, I think we go with evasion because she kind of sucks. Yeah, for sure we go evasion. And she has 2 in bladed and 2 in pistol. I think if she's got that evasion and she's got serious assassin ability here, I may make her a kind of sword lady. Awesome. Loot hall. I think Jed is going to want to get his hands on this truncheon. Get trunched. Smart glasses. Sure. Ooh, I could actually probably use those. Thermal vision and resistance optical. What a look right now. Evans has some 3-3-2-1, 3-3-2. Lose some melee, gain some projectile. What about this helmet? 4-5-2, 4-3. Oh, Jed can take that for sure. Oh, nice. Covers his eyes too. 986, 452. What I'm doing right now, if you're wondering, I'm just shouting out numbers. I love counting. I'm reading the projectile, melee, and energy armor rating that this thing has, that these pieces have. So Jed needs some arm guards, or Evans does. Sorry. So that's sorted. -1 armor handling. 864. Now we don't have the armor room for this. If I get rid of this, and I get rid of this, he has enough for the ballistic vest. I just worry about not having any armor and them hitting him in the arms and it causing his accuracy to go down. But if they hit him in the legs, then it causes his evasion to go down. Tough decisions. Tough decisions. 797. Armor handling -6. 574. Armor handling -3. And Faythe. Again, I'm pretty sure Faythe is a lot like my character with very little armor handling capability. So we'll keep her kind of as is. This does 6 to 9. This does 7 to 9. Ooh, no, she needs a knife. So, penetration, reaction, 30%. Penetration, 20%. Reaction, 30%. Graze, 10%. Okay, cool. That camp knife seems a bit better to me than the toothpick. Penetration on it's crazy, though. 20%? And reinforced bucket helmet. 452, 542. Jed? Evans? And I don't think Faythe has the armor handling to use any of this stuff. She can have the rounder, though. 8 to 12 damage. Doesn't do as much as her Springer, but she doesn't have to reload it every single shot. Okay. Awesome. We got ourselves a thief, assassin, lockpick, sneaky Black Widow kind of chick. We have a full team here. Things are really shaping up. Report to Earl, confront Jonas, get the implants. Oh, hey, we need to get those implants. Where are those implants? Find them in Warehouse E7 in Camp Town. Well, let's go to Camp Town. Go talk to Earl, and then go find Warehouse E7. Job's done. Foley's dead. Oh. Where do we think E7 is? Born free, blah, blah, blah. Talk to the bartender. Engine fuel. I haven't seen you here before, says the bartender. He sets a beaten alloy mug on the bar and fills it with a black, oily liquid. This dude's just serving oil. Take a careful first sip, fighting your body's instinctive projection of poison, and wait for the familiar warmth to spread through you. After a few minutes, the world is a slightly better place. We're not going to go see Mercy. I don't think we really have anything to do with her just yet. E7. We have to find a shipping container that says E7. Old Earth Emporium. Oh, nice. And Faythe, our newly acquired thief, should be able to pick this lock right here. Or not. Lockpick. Faythe. There we go. Sweet. Shells, 45 ammo. What can I do for you? Manny leans forward and puts on the smile he keeps for clients. Tell me where E7 is. Let's read this again. Sarah asked you to pick up some implants from Jimmy. You can find him in Warehouse E7 in Camp Town. C1, Warehouse E7. It's gotta be back here, eh? Somewhere. A3 E7. There you are. Sarah sent me. The scab looks you over one more time, but steps aside without comment. Why the high security? Too many crews looking out for an easy score these days. We like to shift our merch quickly and quietly. Less trouble that way. The so-called merch consists of 3 desiccated heads fixed to the crude stands, their withered expressions frozen forever in the rictus of their dying moments more than a century ago. Whether they were mutineers or security officers in their day, they stand united now. All 3 heads sport ocular and neural uplink implants. A rich haul, even if half the implants are fried. This one's a sergeant, I think. The scab points at a dented metal knob embedded in the left temple. A squad leader. Maybe even a TAC team if we're lucky. Ask Jed to examine the merchandise. Dextros, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by. It's going really well. While you would need to extract the implants and run some tests to see if they're still functioning, other signs show problems with the tech. Superficial burns indicating a power surge, bone loss around the devices, and scar tissue indicating frequent access for repair. The data jack on the leftmost head is fried, but the ocular seems fine, whereas the ocular on the head to the right has been repaired multiple times. Not a good sign, but the data jack looks functional. Out of the 3, the Sarge is in the best shape, while the ocular was apparently destroyed by plasma fire. The squad leader and data jack show little wear and tear. Looks like this newly promoted soldier barely had time to enjoy his upgrades. Sarah said you have something for her. I owe her 500 credits, so the standard package should cover it, pointing at the heads with the standard gear. What about the squad leader? Sorry, friend. Gear that rare never stays put for long. Got a buyer on the way here as we speak. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. As if on cue, the door slides open and a fully armored, heavyset man strides into the warehouse. He's tailed by a couple of flunkies, hired, you're guessing, to squawk if anything comes up on his 6. The big man pauses for a moment like a predator sniffing the air and glances into every corner of the room. When his eyes land on you, he waits until his goggles get a read, then frowns. Clearly this is a man who doesn't like surprises. Which one is mine? He nods at the grotesque heads. Sorry, buddy. First come, first serve. What's going on here, Jimmy? Asks the newcomer without looking your direction again. You know how I feel about people wasting my time. It's nothing, Manfred. Manfred. Jimmy tries for amused, but his voice is sliding down the register towards pleading. This fellow was just making a joke, right, mister? With a smile like a rictus, Jimmy's head swivels in your direction and he hisses, "Get the fuck out of here. Now." Whoa, nobody talks to you this way. Nobody. Don't do it, kid. The newcomer says in a relaxed way, as if he's talking about a risky shot in billiards, and maybe you'll live to see the dawn. Jimmy takes a step back, his hand sliding in an entirely unsubtle way towards his gun. If you follow through, you'll have to fight all 5 of them. This is a pretty tough decision. One's outside, but I don't know how this is going to set up the attack. Sorry to bother you folks. Take one of the heads with the standard gear and leave. Lame. So lame. I wanted to fight those guys, but because we're playing Ironman, it might not have gone so well. Okay, return to Sarah, confront Jonas, travel to Armory. Oh, you know what else we can do in this town? We can, in this part of Camptown, I should say. There's a court judge, or there's some kind of court where basically you just fight people and take their stuff. It's more like a gladiatorial arena, right over here. If I can eke a level out of that, or at least one of these guys, then we're setting ourselves up for success when we go to fight Jonas. Browse the wares. And I'm just going to sell everything. I'm still torn between. No, we're staying with old Betsy. Okay, awesome. And now to increase our odds, I'm going to buy a flashbang grenade or 2. We have enough ammo to sink a ship. All good. Court in session. Talk to the Chief Justice. He looks like the barber from Gangs of New York, who also played Hamish in Braveheart. You're standing in the shadow of a massive arena. Dozens of shipping containers form walls at the lowest level and provide seating for hundreds of spectators. A gantry crane towers overhead, rigged with several powerful projectors to illuminate the space below. You wonder for a moment if real daylight is as bright. You want to file a grievance or apply for a job. The speaker is wearing a gold-striped trench coat that marks him for a man of importance. I'm looking for a job. We're running low on legal representation for the prosecution, he admits with a sad shake of his head. Lost 3 officers last week in a string of challenging cases. Sure, I'll give it a try. Excellent, smiles the man. I'm the court's Chief Justice, which means I'm in charge here. You'll start it as a deputy prosecutor, sorting out minor cases, misdemeanors mostly. If you do well, you'll be promoted and get to prosecute more interesting cases. Who knows, you might even make judge one day. Ready for your first case? Sure. Let me see. The Chief Justice pulls out an electronic notepad and begins swiping through a series of screens full of a very ornate, hard-to-read font. First defendant is one John Doe, meaning he refused to tell us his name. We call that an aggravating circumstance. Our friend Mr. Doe stands accused of cheating during a game of poker. He vehemently denies the charge. Don't they all, though? A jury of his peers, in this case fellow poker players, agree that John Doe cheated and also had shifty eyes, so the case goes to trial. John's been on a diet of water and end-tab half rations for 3 weeks, so I'm guessing he'll present a pretty weak case. Make your case. They starve this guy and make him fight people? All right. Evans up front with the Howler. Enoch right near Evans. No, we'll go up front. And Jed will swap places. You know what? Jed will swap places with Enoch. And Faythe can stay behind Evans. Perfect. Start combat. Evans out of the gate. Let's make him easier to hit. Shoot at the legs. Did not work. Try again. There we go. And let's try and make it so that he can't shoot us. Or give him a chance to shoot us back. There we go. Crippled his arms. Snapshot for the extra damage. Evans is so cool. Jed. Our boy Jed. Easy. So the benefit to these is you get experience, but not just that, you get to keep the loot from these guys, and it gets better. But that's a pretty decent upgrade for a pistol. Reaction's only 5%. Reaction on that is 10. Wow, I didn't realize that the revolvers had better reaction speed. Same thing, 8 to 12 damage, 10 to 12. I think she'll keep with the rounder for that reaction as well. We're gonna give Enoch, our backline, a flashbang as well as Evans. Actually, you know what? We're gonna give the flashbang to Faythe, since she's not as reliable as Evans in a fight. I've never searched around this arena, though. I don't know if there's anything you can loot or pick up, or doesn't appear to be. Guilty as charged, eh? Space Canada. Let me know when you're ready for your next trial. Our #1 legal representative is out with a shattered kneecap, and we've got a full docket. I'm ready. The Dalton brothers, says the Chief Justice, shaking his head as he reviews the data. Showing a poverty of imagination, matching their actual poverty, they decided to strike out and plunder the riches of the Mission Control ruins. By all accounts, they were lucky to survive, but unlucky to return empty-handed. This is after running up a substantial debt to finance their venture. Said debt causing our business community undue hardship and financial burden, which of course must be rectified. Okay, anything else I should know? Yes, there's a note appended to the file. The Daltons petitioned the court to provide them with a means to defend themselves, on account of losing most of their belongings during their unsuccessful enterprise. They were issued a mace and 2 knives, so my guess is they'll come at you hard and fast. A shotgun would be handy in this situation. You mentioned riches? In the form of energy weapons and other gizmos. In older times, a man could just walk in, liberate some goods from a few dried up corpses, and return to town. Now you have to go deeper and deeper to find anything worth looting, and the deeper you go, the less likely you are to come back. Make your case. Do I need time to prepare for this? I hope not. Okay, we have 3 of them. Let's create some distance. Enoch, way back. Jed, way up front. Faythe, in front of Enoch. Evans goes first, and William Dalton actually going second here. How do I get it so I can hit both of these guys? 67-51. Then Evans is in the line of fire against Emmett Dalton. 23, 35, 35, 39, 29, 40, 30, 50 life. I think we're gonna hit Evans with an aggro stim, so we're not messing around. And I'm gonna make it so William Dalton can't hurt anybody, hopefully. Aimed shot. Go for the arms. Start combat. So if I can run up on him here. There we go. Crippled arm. And he's going next. Ooh. That sucks. Not a big deal. This was kind of the guy we were worried about. And Evans is apparently amazing. Get some. Faythe. Okay, one Dalton boy down. Let's see if we can hit Frank Dalton in the arms. Did not work out. Snapshot. So Jed's gonna take a hit here probably. But Jed's a monster. I mean, Evans is really putting on for the team right now. What's this guy? This guy has nothing going wrong with him yet. So, legs then hands. Legs then hands. Legs. Done. Hands. Done. I'm going to get up behind Emmett Dalton here. That'll make room for Enoch with old Betsy to sort out Frank Dalton. And let's see if we can hit Emmett Dalton in the legs. Ooh, not enough AP. Regular shot it is. Crippled. And now you can't hit anybody. Headshot from Faythe. Sweet. You're done for it. Boom. Headshot. Team's really coming together. Team's really coming together. Another truncheon. That's awesome. Oh, axe. That's a sweet. I haven't used an axe yet on anybody. I think it's a sword or a bladed weapon because the damage type is bladed. I haven't found any cool ones in the game yet, so I haven't built a character specifically for it. Dispensing all of this justice has made me famished. Excuse me while I take a bite of my burrito. Well done, Deputy. The Daltons have been held legally accountable for their actions, and the people's faith in our infallible judicial process has been restored. Are you ready for your next case? Give me a few hours. Awesome. Somebody got to level up. Faythe got to level up. Where are we going to put this feat? So she's got lockpick, steal, sneak. Those are all tagged abilities down here in the bottom left. She is... Oh, and she's got evasion tag because she has very high intelligence. Pistols at 2. Bladed is at 2. I really want to make her less likely to die. So I kind of... But then again, Artful Dodger, that's pretty slick. butcher. Giving her bladed seems pretty decent. Honestly, I think we go with that very first skill that I was looking at there. Artful Dodger. Give her a little bit more survivability. And I am super tempted to give Evans that reactionary trait that lets him, is his reactions with that revolver. Everybody has a medical injector. We don't have it. We have one more aggro stim. I'm going to give that aggro stim to either Jed or Evans. I think Evans. Okay, we're going to hit another case here. Ready to work? We've got a full docket. I'm ready. Next on the docket is Ebenezer Harding, also known as Hardben. I mean, there's worse nicknames to have. This one has been testing this town's patience ever since he moved here. The lowdown back shooter, Hardben the back shooter, is alleged to have killed 3 men in cold blood out in the Mission Control ruins, and then he returned here to sell their cargo. The nerve. Turns out, the alleged victims work for Mr. Jonas Redford himself, which makes Mr. Redford the rightful owner of aforementioned cargo. Mr. Harding also incurred a fine for the unlawful termination of the dead men's employment contracts, but when all this was explained to him by one of my clerks, the miscreant not only refused to pay the fine, he refused to surrender the stolen goods. Without the rule of law, this town would be overrun by savages. It's time for you to send a strong message to Mr. Harding and any of his friends who might be skulking about, that their kind isn't welcome here. Any other details? Though unscrupulous and ill-mannered, Mr. Harding isn't entirely ignorant of the boons of civilization. He has several gizmos in his possession, including an energy shield. As I'm sure you're aware, I'm obliged by law to disclose all facts of the case that might come up during the trial. Are you telling me this bastard will show up fully loaded? The Chief Justice raises one finger and intones, "No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law." Make your case. I love how this is just an arena. It's just a murderous arena masquerading as a judicial system. Enoch there. Evans there. Faythe there. And trusty Jed right in the middle. Please, Mr. Hardben, do not kill Enoch. Evans is up first. So, I think we're just going to stroll over here so we can hit him for sure. And try and shoot through his shield. Hit him in the legs. Crippled. Okay. Well, that was easy. Now let's try and shoot him in the arms. Maimed. Well, that was easy. Ugh. Just kidding. Apparently he has impeccable aim, even though he's got minus 20 accuracy. Headshot. Okay, headshot. Graze. Jed. Our main man, Jed. Weak point. No, we're gonna hit him. We're gonna try and hit him in the head here. Staggered and stunned. Weak point. Can't do it. Not enough AP. Regular shot. I'm surprised these are getting through his shield. This is working out really well. Did I just skip my... I think I need new batteries in my mouse. I just double-clicked and skipped right past Enoch. There's no way. I thought he was going to take down Evans. I would have laughed. Get him, Faythe. Okay. Just kidding. Snapshot. We're happy you're here, Enoch. We're happy you made it. Come on, Evans. He is a literal tank. That's insane. What a beating he just took. Oh, nice new shotgun. Maintenance, heads-up display, aimed, thermal vision. Alright, let's make our character not look so awful. I mean, yeah. And he needs a shield. So, Enoch provides a bonus to everybody, so it's important to keep him alive, but he's pathetically weak right now. I'm not sure how I'm gonna compensate for his complete lack of health and everything. And armor. I think, you know, upgrading a shield all the way. I'm not sure which feats to skill into. Okay, well done, my boy. This job tends to grind people down, but you're hardly breaking a sweat out there. What's next? Let's clean this right out. A gang of vile road agents calling themselves the Black Hand. These thugs make their living terrorizing traders passing through the factory. A group of regulators nabbed 3 of these miscreants looting dead bodies at the scene of the latest attack. Now, they're finally going to face justice. But are the looters who were brought in actually members of this gang? Only God knows for sure, but even if they're just scavengers, putting them on trial will send a strong message. You know what? I need time to prepare. I'm not sure I can take, like, that last guy was a solo, and he did a number on the crew, so let's sell some stuff. And possibly let's buy some stuff. Seven, 8, 5. Claw hammer. Ooh, warhammer. Get out of here. I really want to give Jed the warhammer, but he won't get a reaction. I think he has a reaction with the truncheon, right? Oh no, he does not. I feel like he has had reaction attacks though. I really want to buy him the warhammer. Huge. No, we're gonna hold off. We need the money. 12 to 14 on that shotgun, and Jed's is 11 to 14. Range 2. What about that guy? 12 to 14. Range 5. Get out of here. Unload. Street sweeper, multi-barreled shotgun. So based on the description they gave when we first met Jed, I think this is the gun he's meant to have. Old Betsy really letting me down. Okay, confront Jonas, return to Sarah. Let's go return to Sarah at the med bay. Oh, that's right, Faythe. We have Faythe as a thief. She can rob all these people blind. Give her Jimmy's merch. What am I getting? Do you want it or not? That's it? No reward? We're walking a couple of blocks. 4 meds, 1 regen stim. Browse the wares. Neural uplink data jack. Oh, she has it in store, but I have to buy it? Are you kidding me? Excuse me while I rob you blind, miss. Wait a minute. That didn't work. Steal Faythe, level 3. Nice. And her theft just increased to 4. Boop. Perfect. Perception +1. Jed has fixed the implant. I'm going to jam this robotic eye into my skull. Bionic Eye, Perception +1. Brighten up your world with Core Protex Insight 7L. Tap into the 25th century image processing technology today to automatically adjust gamma, contrast, color, and shadows to give you the best picture quality at an unbelievably reasonable price. Every day looks a little brighter with Core Pro. Core Protec. Please be advised that once this implant is installed, it can't be removed without causing severe physical and nervous damage. Such actions are forbidden under Article 12 of the Employment Standard Acts of 2496, willful damage to company property. Confirm. The machine injects you with a long expired anesthetic and pauses to allow the drug to kick in. Unfortunately, time has made the anesthesia sluggish, and the machine gets back to work faster than your nerves shut down. A stabbing pain almost instantly blossoms into agony. You'd scream if you could, but all you can do is gasp like a fish. Then the pain stops all at once, as if your nervous system were simply taken offline. Abject darkness, and when you can't open your eyes, even seeing is kind of a pain. Every light white hot, every edge razor sharp, every detail like a needle in your retina. This is the world in excruciating clarity, in which you now live with radically enhanced vision. Awesome. Hopefully he can hit the broadside of something with a barn. And let's go confront Jonas, shall we? Wait, let's check Cole's gadgets first. Talk to Cole. The name's Cole, says the proprietor, a dark-skinned man in his 40s sporting an optical implant and a data jack. What can I do for you, friend? Browse the wares. Sweet, another bionic eye. We have 2 flashbangs. There's another energy shield here. We're gonna buy that. And there's a distortion field. Gonna buy that for Faythe. And we're broke. Jed will get the energy shield. And Faythe will get the distortion field. Evans has an aggro stim. Jed gets an aggro stim. Everybody has stim. We have 2 flashbangs. I have 335 bucks left. Gas grenade or another flashbang? Gas grenade for the damage. And we're super broke. I'm in the back with a flashbang. Faythe has a flashbang. Evans gets a gas grenade. Okay. Assaulting or confronting Jonas. I don't think I can talk him out of this. I think it's a fight no matter what we do. But let's find out. And maybe Faythe can pick some pockets while we're here. One guard, 2 guard, 3 guard, 4 guard, and Jonas. 5 people versus 4 people. What a way to bring this stream to a close if I die here. I'm not helping you, Jonas. We're a scavenger. Jonas Redford was more successful and more ambitious than most. In order to facilitate more efficient runs into the Mission Control ruins, Jonas set up a base camp in Cargo Hold 3, right next to the action. Such a good idea couldn't remain secret for long, and his fellow scavengers soon began pitching their tents nearby. With its increasing popularity, the camp attracted a growing crowd of traders, whores, and other hangers-on, and people began to see it as a rugged alternative to the habitat which promised safety but insisted on submission in exchange. At some point, Jonas realized that more money was waiting to be made right there in the pit, as it had come to be called, than out in the wasteland. He opened the Promised Land, the finest and only whorehouse in town, and settled into role as the de facto mayor of this frontier town. You've got some nerve, Enoch, says Jonas, putting down his glass. I know why you're here, so say your word and get out. You crossed the line. Did I? And who's been drawing up these lines? You? Braxton? You don't need a list of rules to know right from wrong. Is that so? Asked Jonas, tilting his head. You and Braxton trying to drive me out of my own town? Would that be right or wrong? What? The town doesn't belong to you. Of course it does. I built it. Not you, not Braxton, but me. Now everyone wants it. The Brotherhood, the church, even Braxton. Not to set you free, but to tell you what to do. You think things are bad now. Ha! Wait until Braxton is calling the shots. Your men would have killed Abe if I didn't step in. Says who? Asked Jonas, waving away. As far as I know, they were gunned down after they left the store. Your new friend Braxton killed them in cold blood, and you know it. I've heard enough. This time you've gone too far, Jonas. Alright. If that's how you want to play it, leave while you can. You can always die a heroic but pointless death later. Return to Braxton, who should be up here with the regulators. I've never fought Jonas before. Now, I don't know if the regulators are a better choice than Braxton. But he runs it kind of like a gang. He kind of runs roughshod over the whole town, right? Whereas this Braxton guy will run it with a bit of law and order, maybe. Sneak. Can I just slip in here and... Ryan Turcott. I found this game after playing Disco Elysium and searching for more isometric games. This game is great. I agree. This game is great. I never did play Disco Elysium. But this game is just about the right speed for me right now. I've been really enjoying it. Speak, Braxton says, as if granting you his permission. I don't know if I like this guy. Jonas has to go. I knew you'd see it this way, Braxton says approvingly. What do we do now? Jonas's weakness is his mindset. He thinks he runs the pit, just because he's the biggest fish in a small pond. But the only thing he truly runs is the whorehouse. He doesn't have enough manpower to make his word the law, which is why he hired me in the first place. Predictably, he sent Samuel to recruit some muscle, and will use this opportunity to take him out. So that's why you sent me to talk to Jonas to rattle his cage? Desperate men make mistakes. Samuel, Jonas's enforcer. Samuel's been with Jonas from day one. He's the pillar of his strength and the only gunfighter worth a damn in his crew. He sees you coming, he'll be dead before you can blink. So, taking him by surprise is your only chance. Hey, thanks, Ryan. Welcome. Any suggestions? Talk to Manny over at Camptown. He's the man to see if you need disposable gunners in a hurry. Go to Camptown. I would really like to get in there to pick that lock. We just slip in here and get a regulator's badge or what? She sure can. And she can rob everybody blind in the process. So I clicked on it. Did I get a badge? Oh, I did. I'll take it. I don't think there's anything else I can do in here. You made too much noise and can't go back in. We'll survive. Okay, Camptown, and I guess we'll go to Earl's office. I think that... Oh, the Old Earth Emporium. Nope, Old Earth Emporium for sure. Manny. Talk to Manny. Always a pleasure, says Manny, trying to smile and frown at the same time. I heard Samuel came to see you about some hired guns. Pardon me while I enjoy this burrito for a minute. Okay. Manny's face freezes momentarily as he figures the angles. When he's decided that there's no money to be made denying what you already know, he continues. He did. He asked for 5 good gunners. I said I could get him 3 who won't wet themselves when they hear a round being chambered. Best I could do on short notice. Where can I find him? Warehouse C9. It's in the outskirts, he adds helpfully. How do I know I can trust you? I'm a businessman. Manny's happy grin grows fractionally wider. What profit is there in lying to you? If Samuel kills you, what I figure to be the likely outcome, he owes me a favor. If you get the drop on Samuel, Captain Braxton owes me a favor. Simple. I could really use a little something extra on my side. For instance, those gunners you offered Samuel. Ha! No thanks. I'm what you call a neutral party to this event. If Jonas comes out on top and discovers I supplied firepower to the other side, well, it would be bad for business because I'd be dead. Which way you leaning? Do you even care who comes out on top? I think that every town needs laws and someone to enforce them. Manny says carefully. Jonas wants to run things, but he isn't interested in actual administration. Okay. Streetwise or persuasion? But Braxton is. He's a lawman through and through. But back Braxton and this shithole will have a chance to evolve into a real town instead of a watering hole for drunks and grifters. Alright, fine. You can have them since it means so much to you. Manny's feelings on the issue are apparently more flexible than you thought, but on 2 conditions. First, they meet you on site. I don't want everyone to see you walking out of my place with your own private militia. Second, payments up front. 100 ahead, 300 in total. There's your money. Okay, kill Samuel is the next mission. Warehouse C9 in the outskirts. Wonder where Warehouse C9 is. What's in here? Bank? Ooh. 2 rough-looking men turn to focus their collective cold gaze in your direction. A badly beaten scav is moaning on the floor. The thugs say nothing, waiting on you to decide what happens next. You want to die, fool? Impersonate. You're about to insult an officer of the law. I'm required to warn you to avoid any misunderstandings later on. Law? Here? You've got to be kidding me. Scoffs one of the thugs. They don't attack, which means they're paying attention. Yep, we're finally making the pit more civilized. Hanged 6 men from the bridge yesterday. What did they do? Asked the thug, his voice suddenly squeaky. Captain says they were disturbing the peace. Say, isn't that what you boys are doing right now? Who, us? No, sir. Just a misunderstanding between friends. Ain't that right? Get out of here. Thank you, the scav says as he staggers to his feet. Fucking bastards. Friends of yours? Yeah, as of 2 weeks ago. Heard them come down from the factory after falling out with the Detroit boys. They tried to roust us for protection money. We sent a hired gun to negotiate our position, but they killed him. Doesn't look like they'll bother you again. Have you got time to do a little job for me? I could take you to where the rest of these maggots are holed up. We can't pay credits, but we do have a disruptor in mint condition. It's yours if you help us, plus whatever you find at their campsite. I doubt they'd leave if I ask nicely. They won't. Might as well finish what I started. Let's a little detour on our way to juicing up Jonas's boys. Let's go. You follow the scav to a scrap heap that looks to have been used as a general store at some point. It's not in business at the moment, or at least not the dry goods business. You hear loud voices and laughter from within. Look for another way in. All right, Faythe. Let's get to work. Good luck, Faythe. Gun thug. Unaware. Camp knife time. Juiced up. This is gonna be rough. How are these guys going to help? Can I switch over to the team here? Oh yeah, okay. No. No, there's no way. It's all Faythe right now. Okay, 6 AP, 5 AP, 5 AP. This is gonna be close. But what happens if this guy sees me? Like if I just walk out here, is it all over for me? Or is it my turn so it doesn't matter? I have a better idea. I wonder if I can lead these guys around in kind of a goose chase. Huh? It was probably nothing. I should probably lay off drugs so they see her. Well, this didn't work out. I have no idea what's... Oh, that's Samuel? We're here? This is not what I expected, by the way. What a way for this to happen. These are my boys. I thought these were the bad guys. I'm somehow doing a different mission. Well, that was unexpected. Upside, there's only 2 of them, and we have 4 turns to kill Samuel. So, this is happening. Run over here. And Evans is completely out of AP. Is there no moving here? Which guy are we on? Faythe. Oof. Sort him out. Actually, let's throw... She cannot throw this thing very far. That was interesting. Please somebody shoot him. Please. And I forgot to turn on my shield generators. Oh. Returns. Leg shot. Take a step back. Crippled. I'll take it. Headshot. Can't even use, This is worst case scenario here. Jed with the truncheon. Activate the aggro stem. Switch to the shotgun of destruction. Shoot him in the legs, please, Jed. Thank you. 2 turns. A lot of damage to do in 2 turns. And I won't be able to do it without Evans. Upside, he's fatigued. Downside, all these guys suck. Don't let me. This guy have negative 20 evasion. Regular attacks. 3 of them. Kill him. Kill him, Faythe. 1 more. Oh. Now's your chance. This guy cannot even attack. He does not have the AP. He is utterly unable to help. I might be able to get right in front of Samuel, though. And he doesn't even have another... doesn't even have another weapon, like a melee weapon. Come on, Jed. Moment of truth. 1 headshot. 0 AP left. Not good. 2 turns. 2 turns. We have to do 26 damage. This guy's dead for sure. 1 turn left. And you know what it is? I forgot to turn on his shield. Focus. 3 AP, 5 for the shot. This gun is literally called a suicide special. 39 for that. 35 for that. 44. Thank you. Somebody shot him. Now get out of the way. No, he healed himself. This gives us 2 attacks. Time to be awesome, Faythe. Yes. Big time. You suck. I'm just kidding. You're good. Yes. Finally, your time to shine. Give me 1 more of those. You can't. You can't even give me 1 more of those. Jed, don't miss. Do not miss. What an accidental engagement. Please heal everybody. Everything that could have went wrong there. That was awesome. We're all out of aggro stems. Oh, finally, I got some armor handling. Nice. Wow. Wow. Actually, though, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. Forgot to turn on my shield. Faythe gets caught. I was in the wrong building. Prepared for the wrong encounter. Let's try this again, shall we? Hello, my friend. I am going to take a different route to get into this building. Sneak inside. You're up, Faythe. 14 AP, 5 for the takedown. Let's try this. Oh, he's patrolling? That is really cool. Too bad I killed your friend. Huh? Oh, see, but you can't lead these people in, right? Like, you... should probably lay off the drugs. I think I can get him to turn around, maybe. Maybe I can get him to come open this door, actually. Probably nothing. We're just gonna keep ending turn until he moves. Nice. So 8 AP to open this. Probably nothing. If I can get these guys down to just 2 in here, that'll be alright. Open is noise 20. Boop. Faythe has just gone full murder mode. Hello, friends. Going for Jed. Wow. Huge amount of damage right out of the gate. Really impressed. Crippled. Make it so you can't hurt my friend Jed again. That didn't work. Oh, right off the side of the bucket. Faythe is coming. There goes Faythe murdering again. Got your legs out. Oof. Touche. Nice. Boom. Headshot. Who's up next? Jed? One in the bucket. What do you say, Jed? Ooh, not cool. Not cool. One in the arms from downtown. Oof. We're gonna have to work on the team captain's survivability, I think. Excuse me while Faythe carves your spleen out. Hello, friend. Headshot. Graze. Evans from downtown. Big miss. These are some serious thugs. There's no way he doesn't bleed to death, right? Come on. There it is. Yeah, note to self. No matter how easy the fight seems, turn on that shield gen. Sweet assault rifle. Farewell, old Betsy. Hello, pipe dream. Energizer, energy tool. This mighty scepter, built around a discarded pistol's plasma chamber, will release a jolt of energy on contact, striking fear into the hearts of your enemies and frying their brains simultaneously. Oh, man. I really want to give this to Jed. And I'm going to load it up with the 6 cells that we had from that fight. Anything else cool that I can hand out right now? We have a rounder and a long slide. I think we keep the rounder on both of them because Evans and Faythe get a serious amount of reaction. Oh wait, hold on now. 10% reaction. Pepperbox Mark II? That's happening. And this guy right here, Gatling gun, multi-barrel shotgun, 12 to 14 damage. What's this one do? 12 to 14. Accuracy aimed graze 4, 5, 10. What's this give us? Graze 10, penetration 5, stagger 20. Stagger 10. Yeah, we're going for it. This thing is monstrous. Any armor upgrades for our boy Jed? Damaged heavy ballistic 864 785. Kinda? Four 5.2 or 3.2. His boots are 797. These are 754, 574. I actually think Jed's looking pretty good. Maybe the helmet, 887. Nice. And now we just have nothing covering his eyeballs. Jed's terrifying. Thermal vision 50. Thermal vision 50. Kind of looks like an evil Geordie LaForge with a rifle, except weaker in every way. So if you don't know, it's actually important to check the bodies afterwards if you missed the implants, because if you have somebody with high biotech, they... Oh, come on. The same M16 rifle that freed the United States from British rule in the 18th century. It's been the bane of redcoats ever since. Get out of here. Okay, 12 to 16. Maybe that goes to Jed. Yeah, that goes... Ooh. You know what? No, it doesn't. This goes to Jed. Pipe Dream goes to Jed. And the sniper rifle that we just collected goes to the captain. Yeah, Enoch. Yeah, for sure. Oh, hey, Hank, what's up? Thank you, says the scav. Handing you the disruptor you promised. This handy zapper releases an electric charge whenever somebody makes physical contact, temporarily stunning your attacker, and disrupting their train of thought. Of course, you need to plug it into a distortion field handheld generator, but that's a different story. Of course you do. Of course you do. Which we just so happen to have. So let's install this for Faythe. Awesome. Okay, guys, that's 2.5 hours. This has been a wild playthrough. I can't believe we're not dead. Let's write a save name. Ironman stream awesome week MC save. So hey, thanks everybody for hanging out for this one. If you're catching this later, thanks for watching the stream. If there's any feedback on the audio quality, any of the gameplay decisions made, if anybody's got any suggestions on how to toughen up this main character so he doesn't die in 2 shots at the outset of every single engagement, I'd love to hear them. But take it easy, everybody, and thanks for hanging out. Also, on the community tab on the page, there's a link to the Discord. It's a virtual ghost town, but if you've got any questions for me, I check it often, and it also will send you updates whenever there's a stream that's going to go live or that's coming soon. Take it easy.